is your American dream?
My American dream is we all get along and love each other.
My American dream is for my grandchildren to have all the opportunity that they should have, fulfill their own dreams, and be fully American citizens.
My American dream is peace, humanity, and justice for all.
My American dream is for people of all faiths, colors, religions to come together and to rebuild a system so that it works for everyone.
We'll all come together and become the democracy that we really are, and the strong, caring people that we are.
My American dream is no poverty, that young black men shouldn't get shot.
My American dream is that we can be a wonderful, colorful, diverse America, that we just all love each other and accept each other as we are.
My American dream is that every single American, every single person on earth is treated with the same respect and dignity afforded to everybody. Every single human on this planet should be treated with love and compassion.
We continue to aspire to what I think we can be as a country, which is what the Statue of Liberty says we are. It's just a welcoming country that's a democracy.
My American dream is a nation of immigrants that loves each other without any barriers of color, race, or class.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Woo! Oh! Hello, everybody! I was just doing the hustle. Kind of like the grand hustle like Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias is on. I've been watching Jonathan and I've decided that next year I'm going to try out for the grand hustle with T.I.
I'm sweating bullets right now.
Why not? I can hustle. Y'all just saw. Do. Woo! And I'm a real hustler. Remember the time I handed out flyers for Bradshaw Live? Extra, extra, read all about it. Bradshaw Live, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Facebook Live. Hi. And then there was the time that I helped Belgium Kim and Patrice get in to be able to film John Travolta. Amazing. And I'm always hustling around the office. I do everything. I get papers to Brad for signing.
Go make some photocopies.
Okay.
I don't even know what needs to be photocopied.
My
Just
butt?
find some paper and just start pressing the button on the copy machine. Okay?
Okay. I make sure the studio is clean. Make it clean in here. Oh, I'm so excited. Brad's back. I'm a real hustler. T.I., if you would let me be on your show, I promise if I don't respect anything else, I will respect this hustle. Boom. Anyway, did you miss yesterday's episode of Bradshaw Live? Well, in case you did, Jonathan went to the 8th annual Grace Jamaican Jerk Festival in Roy Wilkins Park in Queens. I don't know if you know it, but it's the biggest Caribbean food and music festival in the whole tri-state area. I was there too. It was so much fun. Everyone was awesome and the food was divine. Jerk, yummy. The festival was so much fun. I made lots of friends, as usual, because I'm a hustler. Anyway, what's on today's episode of Bradshaw Live? Well, you'll just have to watch and see. Enjoy. Do. Woo.
Woo! I love how they ended. Woo! Welcome, everybody. It is Bradshaw Live. It is Tuesday, which means there's only one thing. It's one day before Hump Day. Yeah, our favorite day, Wednesday.
Every day is now in relation to where it falls.
Correct. We are 24 hours away from Hump Day. But in the meantime, I do have to welcome Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
Hola.
Hola. How are you?
Do
not say hola. You don't know if Donald Trump is watching. He now questions everybody.
This is our country.
He now questions everyone who doesn't look white if they speak English.
Right.
All right. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Yes.
All right. You saw that, right?
Amazing.
Yeah. So, Belgium Kim.
Yeah.
You up to anything these days?
Am I?
All right, we'll get back to that. Jonathan, how are you?
I'm amazing.
Yes,
I'm
you're amazing
Yes,
as well.
yes.
All right. So I got to say hello to Malia Lobin, Martingella Shorter, Janet Brown, Beverly Thompson, Donna Roden, Carol Anderson, the Tiger, Lisa Bling Rose, Ma Dukes, Malia Lobin Martin, Groundhog Sam saying hello early. I guess Groundhog Sam, was, getting worried about his job a little bit because I was saying Marge Higgs.
She was killing it
Can
yesterday.
kill it and do it.
Yeah.
Got competition.
Yes. Abigail Taylor Watson, Smiley Smith, Asset Lindo, saying hello. Cordella Douglas, Sophia Gray, Beverly Thompson, Christy Consali. Whew, I'm out of breath. Jella Shauna, Jeff Bosey, and Bozzy, Patrona Collins, Ma Dukes.
My boo David Gabriel says I look stunning today.
You do. You do.
Hi,
You look almost completely undressed.
Undressed? That's the only way I look stunning.
To many men, yes.
I mean, I don't blame them. But
To many men, yes. I don't even know what that meant.
I know. Me neither.
We're a day from Hump Day. I'm already thinking Hump Day.
24 hours
Jonathan Bryan, hello. Val Miguel. Jonathan Elliott saying hello to us. Jonathan, how are you?
I'm great.
And by the
Happy
way, on YouTube, Alan Kool-Aid, KB, Danny Contreras, Terry Ann Carby, and CS popping in with a question already.
Yeah.
I was, the guy who works in my building came over to me. I didn't even tell you today. And he said we called him out on the, I don't want to say who works, but he's part of our Brad Squad, he said. And I said I called him out on Facebook, and I said, "Who's that?" And he got very mad at me because he says, "What do you mean you don't know who I am?" I go, "Well, sometimes I didn't, put it together."
You better give him a shout out then.
All right, but he knows he's watching.
Now he just knows. Now you have to.
Well, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I'm allowed to call out where he works and everything.
Right.
So
well, listen. No elevator conversation has client-attorney privilege, I think.
That is true. Hello to everybody. A busy day in the news.
Indeed.
Who's calling you?
That's a great question, Brad. That's a great question.
That's my jam, too.
I don't know. It's actually a telemarketer.
What? It's a telemarketer.
Telemarketer. Because it looks
what
like
was that jam?
It's a Shape of You. It's actually the iPhone ringtone that turns into a marimba version of Shape of You.
God.
So it goes.
Jonathan, do you have a T.I. song on your ringtone? Maybe you should for the next Thursday. You could show him and say, look, even when the phone rings, it's T.I.
It's all you, T.I.
It's all you, T.I., right?
He just followed me, by the way.
Did he?
I feel pretty honored. He only follows 2 out of the 16 contestants.
Wow.
That's pretty.
Is that a prelude?
That's what everybody's saying.
Is that a prelude?
We'll have to see.
Is that a prelude to what may happen?
But it's 2 people, so it's only one person out.
Is he following Groundhog Sam, who wants to try out for the show next year?
Groundhog Sam has really got to get his attention in order for T.I. to follow him.
I mean,
more than just cleaning and making copies, right?
Excuse me, he's a hustling groundhog puppet.
Yeah.
How much more do you have to do?
T.I. asked for a lot more.
All right, so Belgium Kim.
Yes.
We sent Belgium Kim. A lot of going on in the news today. History going on today.
By the Brad Show.
So there's a lot of good history going on here today, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. The orange guy in the White House, we may be calling him Orange Crush soon.
Yeah.
Right.
Woo!
Jonathan was very happy.
Yes.
This is amazing.
Man.
Jonathan was very, very happy.
We need this to happen, man.
So Belgium Kim, we don't have the footage yet. Hopefully we'll show it a little later.
Yep.
She went down, right down the street is the federal courthouse for the Southern District of New York. It's across the park. It's across City Hall Park here.
Correct.
So was it a 5-minute walk?
Yeah, like 5-6 minutes.
5-6 minute walk down. And who was there? None other than Michael Cohen, the attorney for Donald Trump.
Right.
Wow.
And tell us what you saw. because Kim covered it all. We have some footage, which we'll show in a little bit. We don't have it ready yet.
Yeah.
It's loading into what's called Our Machine.
Our Machine, the very technical name of Our Machine.
Yeah, I don't want to get too technical. About it, but it's loading into something we call Our Machine.
Our Machine.
Yeah. So tell us, what did you see? What happened down there?
So we got word earlier on. It sounds like we have very inside sources from Twitter. We got word early on today that he was going to take a guilty plea, that he had worked out a plea with the prosecution, and knew that there was going to be some sort of press conference, and he had a hearing set for 4 p.m. So we headed down to the courthouse. About 20 minutes earlier, he had surrendered to the FBI. They were at 26 Federal Plaza for most of the day, and then they moved to the district court. We didn't know if he was going to kind of slip out the back, so we had a bunch of people kind of standing. We had Patrice standing at the front. I was standing on the corner to make sure we manned all of the exits, that he wasn't going to like pull the wool over our eyes. And so yeah, he came out, lots of chanting of lock him up and you ruined our lives and you ruined democracy.
Wow.
Totally just outraged.
Well, I will say, I don't know if Michael Cohen ruined anybody's life per se.
Right.
But the guy he works for has ruined the entire world.
Absolutely.
Yes. Right.
Absolutely.
Now Michael Cohen, he pled guilty.
He did.
Okay. He is looking at about 4 years in jail, and what he pled guilty to.
That's it?
He's looking at about 4 years in jail.
Right.
He was able to keep his money.
Yes.
So his assets are not being taken, like in the Madoff, if you remember Madoff, the federal government came in and took everything.
Right.
His assets he gets to keep. His family gets to keep his money. So he's worth, I don't know, $10-20 million, because he has a whole bunch of taxi medallions in addition to whatever businesses he did.
Right.
So basically the whole tax fraud scheme, that was all not prosecuted.
Right.
And what he pled guilty to was trying to fix an election at the behest of a federal candidate.
Right, and that was the whole thing.
Right, and by fixing the election was basically paying off somebody to keep quiet that may have had an impact on people's votes.
Right.
So that's what they mean by fixing, and really what it comes to. And he said it was done at the request and in coordination with the candidate. So what does all that mean? Basically, he went into court and he said Donald Trump coordinated with me, and Donald Trump told me to go pay Stormy Daniels $130,000 to keep her mouth shut because it was right before the election, and he felt that if that information came out, then that would skew the election perhaps to the other candidate.
Exactly.
And that is an illegal campaign contribution. It is illegal to try to sway election, keep people quiet. Everything should be out in the public. And he is looking at approximately 4 years. He violated campaign laws at the discretion of the candidate. He acted for the purpose of influencing the election. He was directed by this unnamed candidate, but we all know who it is. How do we know this? Well, he was the deputy finance director for the Republican National Committee. The number 2 finance guy for the entire Republican National Committee, Michael Cohen.
Yep.
And he's now paying off Stormy Daniels on behalf of who is the Republican candidate? Donald Trump.
Right.
Who did he work for 20 years? Donald Trump.
Exactly.
Who told him what to do? Donald Trump. So we'll see, you look at now, that's the first whammy. And Jill, you tell me when we have, Kim had some wonderful footage down there. We're still, I don't want to, as I said, it's very, very technical things in there with
the machine. The machine.
With the machine.
Right.
So when you have that, you'll let us know. But in the meantime, something else also. Now, I'll tell you something very funny. While you're running down there.
Yes.
Okay, going crazy.
Yeah.
Jonathan comes in.
And
he comes in with his British accent.
Does he?
Yes, and he says to me, "Top of the day, Mr. Burr." I can't do a British accent. And I'm walking now. Me and my bad knee. I can't turn around so fast.
Right. It's not a quick pivot.
Right. It's not a quick pivot for me.
It wasn't.
So
a very slow one.
So I'm walking down the hall, and he goes, "Top of the day, Mr. Bernstein." and I can't do a British accent. Nobody is watching this show thinking that I am British in any way, shape, or form. Okay, or they're not watching for my talent and accents. It's not my expertise. So I turn around. I didn't even know it was him. He did a very good one, and then I go, "Oh, Jonathan, what's happening?" So we walk in, and we're catching up on the day, and he's like, I'm at the gym, I'm here, would you believe my busy schedule? He's giving me his busy schedule, because, he's like, reality star now, I'm like, thank God he's even gracing our presence here for 2 hours.
He still shows up.
Right, exactly. So he's telling me all about his busy schedule, and he's flying here, and he's flying there, and, gas up the Gulf Stream, I mean, God knows what it,
The dream fast
so he
is
goes,
warming.
Where's Kim? I go, Kim? Kim went down to the Michael Cohen. What do you mean? What happened with Michael Cohen? I go, don't you read the news? So he had no idea. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out on this.
Absolutely, I had no idea.
So Yo-Yo, he had no idea that Michael Cohen pled guilty.
Yeah.
And he also had no idea that Manafort was found guilty, which we're going to talk about in a minute. So he goes, oh my God, that's crazy! I go,
insane.
I go, that's insane. Where have you been?
You should have
I said,
waited until we were live.
Right. I legit was just like,
that would have been much better had I known that you didn't know. I would have waited for your reaction.
My reaction
You're
would
like,
have been priceless.
you're like.
Right.
The White House has just responded to the Cohen. Rudy Giuliani.
What? Oh yeah. So what did
Rudy Giuliani said there is no allegation of any wrongdoing against the president in the government's charges against Mr. Cohen. It is clear that, as the prosecutor noted, Mr. Cohen's actions reflect a pattern of lies and dishonesty over a period of time.
Okay, fine. What Giuliani is saying is technically correct. The government did not charge Donald Trump.
Yeah.
They charged Michael Cohen.
Right.
Michael Cohen went into court, and as part of his allocution, we have some B-roll here, and as I'm talking, we'll show this is Belgium Kim, down there, so we'll show what's going on, but as I'm talking, Michael Cohen went into court, and under penalties of perjury, in his allocution for his guilty plea, said, I paid Stormy Daniels. I worked for the Republican National Committee.
Yep.
I worked on behalf of the President of the United States of America, and he told me to do it.
Right.
Eventually, there may very well be a charge against Donald Trump. It hasn't happened yet. So what Giuliani says, and there we see Michael Cohen walking out of court, Belgium Kim down there with her press pass.
Patrice standing
there as well. Yep. People shouting, lock him up, when he's going to be locked up.
Absolutely.
But what Giuliani says is technically correct. He hasn't been charged yet.
Yeah.
But you know what? Trump's private attorney, the number 2 guy at the Republican National Committee, went into court, is going to jail for 4 years, and said, Donald Trump told me to go pay Stormy Daniels $130,000 in order to keep that information quiet. And by the way, that is a campaign election criminal violation. And you know how serious of a violation it is? I don't care what Fox News says. Let me tell you how serious a violation it is. He's going to jail for 4 years.
Yep.
You don't go to jail for 4 years when it's not serious.
Right.
With a plea agreement.
With a plea agreement.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Okay, with a plea agreement. That is a very serious crime that this man Cohen did, that he pled guilty to, and that he said he did it at the direction of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Exactly.
In another courtroom in Virginia.
Oh my God, what a crazy day in courtrooms all over the country.
Yeah, meanwhile, Yo-Yo's at the gym. He goes, hey, what happened?
See, that explains why he's all buff and I'm a little curvy.
Okay, right. You're running all over the place, and he's at the gym, completely oblivious. And another front, Paul Manafort, who is Trump's campaign manager. So in one courtroom, Trump's private attorney, the number 2 guy at the Republican National Committee Finance, goes to jail for 4 years because he says Trump told me to do something that's criminal. In another courtroom, Trump's campaign manager, who was not his campaign manager for 45 days, but was his campaign manager for about 4 months. He was found guilty of 8 different counts of tax fraud.
Wow.
Of hiding over $60 million in offshore accounts paid by Russian and Ukrainian oligarchs.
Ooh.
Oligarchs, by the way, are the Russians and Ukrainian billionaires who actually stole money when, they became rich when Russia was transforming from communism to capitalism. Was paid over $60 million by these Russian and Ukrainian oligarchs, kept the money in offshore bank accounts, did not pay taxes on that money,
Crazy.
then entered into a scheme to hide that money, entered into a scheme to borrow money for loans by defrauding banks by saying he had money that didn't exist, and then had the audacity to, after he did all of this, to take part of that $60 million that he hid in offshore bank accounts around the world, wire it into the United States of America tax-free to buy an apartment in Soho and a brownstone in Brooklyn or in Virginia, wherever he bought it.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Yep.
Wow.
Brooklyn. You know who also lives in Brooklyn?
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
A tremendous
amount of people.
Anyone who can't afford to live in Manhattan.
Well, yes, but you know what? He was able to afford it because he didn't pay taxes.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's amazing what you can afford when you don't have to pay taxes.
So,
Is that the house?
What?
That's not the
So
house.
he is looking on each count of several years. So when you add it up, he is going to be in jail for a majority of the rest of his life.
Wow.
In addition to that, there were 10 counts that they couldn't come to a conclusion on. That was a hung jury. But I don't even think the DA is going to retry him in Virginia, because they're going to retry him in Washington, D.C., where they're going to have a much more liberal jury, and they're going to get him on all 7 counts there.
Sheesh.
This man, when he sees the daylight, he will be old and gray and frail.
Wow.
Unless, of course, Donald Trump pardons him.
So what do you think? Is he going to do that?
Well, if Donald Trump pardons him, perhaps Donald Trump may be frail and old in jail for the rest of his life for obstruction of justice by pardoning somebody who may cooperate with the government now that he has been found guilty.
Don't tease me like that, Brad.
Now, Cohen. What?
That would just make my heart smile.
Now, Cohen, he, as part of his plea agreement, he did not agree to cooperate. He is not a cooperating government witness.
Right.
However, he will not be sentenced until December.
Right.
Now, what happens before December?
November.
There's a midterm election. Okay? I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of cooperation between Cohen and Mueller, especially after it'll all come out after the midterm elections. The sentencing will be in December. And if I were Cohen, I would be cooperating, because as part of sentencing guidelines, did Cohen assist prosecution in prosecuting not only this crime, but in other crimes as well?
Right.
It goes into all of the sentencing guidelines.
Right.
And the judge can go up or down on sentencing depending on how cooperative Mr. Cohen is. So it is not a surprise to me, since Mueller most likely will not be coming out with anything till after the election, because he doesn't want to sway the election.
Wow.
So whatever Mueller is going to do, in my opinion, I don't know for sure. I don't know the guy. I don't know anything about it. I'm just suppositioning.
Predicting.
Right.
Suppositioning.
Supposition.
Or supposing.
Right. I was just about to say, I'm not trying to be an ass.
or supposing. Although you have a green light too, because I was before to you, right? All day today, right? So you certainly have a green light to do it.
Don't say things like that. That will take that privilege.
So it'll all probably come out sometime after.
So, do you think that Mueller is going to end up, because if Mueller finds something in his report that he sits on until after the election, couldn't he then get told, you you influenced this election by
that's
not
why-
saying
yeah.
anything at all?
No. I don't think.
If he's sitting on damaging information for the Republicans?
Well, I think the Democrats could say that, but I think he's going to wait till after.
God,
I think, the information is coming out right now. Now, what Giuliani said with Cohen is correct, but Trump has not been charged with anything.
And he's not explicitly named. It just says that Cohen helped at the directive of a federal candidate. So I'm assuming that right now the Trump White House is literally looking for any other federal candidate that Michael Cohen has ever had any contact with.
No, we know.
But we know it's him.
We know
Right.
it's Trump. We know it's Trump. So Yo-Yo, while you were pumping iron,
here's everything that happened.
you missed everything.
I missed everything.
Oh, here. So
Yeah.
Cohen says he violated. I have this now. Okay.
Right.
I wish I saw this before.
The screenshot I sent you, I also had it up.
Oh, okay. Cohen says he violated campaign law at the direction of the candidate.
Yeah.
Cohen says he acted for the purpose of influencing the election. Cohen violated campaign law at the direction of an unnamed candidate.
Yeah.
That is what he pled guilty to. So much more we were going to talk about before 4 o'clock today.
But
This was the most important time.
But we had all this.
Right.
Yeah, we
until
did.
4 o'clock happened.
We did, yeah.
And then the Orange Crush.
And at 3:48, I ran in here like, send me out, Brad.
All right. So why is Abigail Taylor saying the news is annoying to her today?
I'm assuming, I don't know, because I feel like the news is the opposite for the first day in a very long time.
I don't know why the news is annoying.
I feel like
maybe she says we're annoying doing the news. That's possible.
Well, that's definitely not possible.
No, I don't know.
Tamika said it's great news.
It's great news. It's great news for people who want to see justice in this world.
Exactly.
I saw this thing on let me see if I can pull it up. It was a great line, if I can pull it up. And let's see.
Alec Hockenberger in our Facebook comments just said, Cohen going to jail. With a G-O-H-E-N.
Yes,
I like that.
I like that very much.
Jeff has some competition. The comedian is about to get his crown
Alec
stolen.
in the building, taking Jeff Bozy-Bozzy's spot.
Bozy-Bozzy. Did you
All
find
right,
it?
so I didn't find it, but maybe I'll find it tomorrow.
What was
we'll talk
it?
about it. Something I saw, but
Well, pins and needles till tomorrow.
We'll be on pins and needles tomorrow. So that's what's happening. We got to get to immigration, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah. You guess so.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. All right. So we have Mary Ann in Miramar, Florida, waiting 40 minutes.
Oh wow.
Okay, I feel like
And
she
by the
paid
way,
her dues.
and by the way, I mean, if all of this is because there is no, Trump, by the way, can't say it's a witch hunt. Okay, 2 of his people in his inner circle have just been found guilty. Over 30 people have been found guilty in this Russia probe.
Right.
2 have already been found guilty of tax fraud and trying to fix an election.
Mm-hmm.
Now we haven't heard the word. There has not been an indictment and/or a guilty plea. There have been Russians who have been indicted for this Russian, attempt to fix an election, but there has not been yet a direct link to Donald Trump and Russians or some other foreign entity fixing an election.
Right.
Although I will say, if you go back, 2 days ago was the 20th anniversary. We didn't talk about it, but 2 days ago was the 20th anniversary of Bill Clinton being deposed by Kenneth Starr. And Bill Clinton, if you remember, I did not have sex with that woman, and then under deposition, under threat of perjury. Oh yeah, I think I did.
I may have
right.
slight sexual relations with her.
Right, that's the same as I smoked, but I didn't inhale.
Right, exactly.
All he did was put the thing to his mouth.
Clinton is real good at towing the line.
How could you smoke but not inhale? Is that even possible?
I mean, you can hold it in your mouth, I guess.
Only Slick Bill could do that, right? So this is, by the way, 20 years, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So So now this whole thing goes back to, Donald Trump, who has been self-dealing, has been abusive of his power, has made a circus of the United States, has brought down the president and its institution of the presidency, okay? And he's been saying this is a witch hunt. This is not a witch hunt. We have over 30 people indicted, several guilty pleas, his campaign manager, his personal attorney.
Yeah.
Right.
We have not yet seen the direct connection between Trump and Russian, and there's no such crime as collusion, by the way. It's a conspiracy. And conspiracy is a legal term for an agreement. Okay, and the agreement could be a tacit agreement. It doesn't have to be a formal agreement. It could just be in a conversation where you agree and someone else agrees to commit a crime. So certainly Trump, if you believe Michael Cohen, conspired in this federal election. There's conspiracy right there.
Absolutely.
Okay, assuming Michael Cohen's a believable person. Okay, now Giuliani says no, he's not a believable person, which is why you always hear Giuliani. We don't know what else Mueller has.
Right.
We also don't know it's no collusion. There's nobody's looking at, I don't know where the term collusion even came from. Okay, but we don't know what evidence he has in terms of the conspiracy, the agreement, or the conversation that Donald Trump had with a foreign entity, whether it was a Russian, we heard sometimes United Arab Emirates, we heard several different countries, in terms of whatever assistance they did that was underhanded and illegal to elicit a change in the election results. That is a crime. And if Trump, even though he may not have pressed any buttons on Facebook, if he had a conversation with a Russian about doing it, or Don Jr. did, then that is a crime. They go to jail forever. We're getting closer. We are certainly getting closer.
Does Mueller have to tie Trump to Russia? Or because Cohen's charges have nothing to do with Russia, it's just Karen McDougal and Stormy Daniels?
No, that in of itself, but I think in order to bring down a president, you need more than just...
We paid hush money.
No. One person saying, yes, Trump told me to do it.
Gotcha.
Okay? Because Trump's going to say, listen, he did it. I didn't tell him to do it.
I never told him to pay her.
Right. I never said anything. So you need more than that.
I gotcha.
And that's why...
So like what else do you need?
You need something to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. I mean, this is a president of the United States of America.
And they covered everything that they could. So.
Meanwhile, on Fox, if you go to Fox News right now, okay, what do you think the breaking story would be on Fox News without looking?
I'm not looking.
If you go to Fox News website right now.
Not this.
Okay, 1 second. Before we say that, on every other website around the world,
Cohen indicted.
Cohen guilty? Yeah. Manafort guilty.
Yes.
The two top stories.
Absolutely.
That is the reality of the world.
Yes.
And on Fox News?
On Fox News,
Can I look?
It is illegal alien arrested.
No, it's not.
For killing a white woman in Iowa.
No, it's not.
And it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh my God.
Now we don't know who this person
news,
is.
That's what it says.
Right, we don't know who this person is. We don't know, but isn't it really, really coincidental? We don't even know what evidence they have against this man. But isn't it extraordinarily coincidental? I would say beyond coincidental.
Yeah.
That within moments, nobody said this, it's just my opinion.
No, you're right.
Within moments of Manafort and Cohen being found guilty, both happened at around 4 o'clock today. Within moments, they found the killer! And he's illegal and he's Hispanic. Is it just beyond coincidence? And gave no information about this man who he is and why they think he killed him.
Not only that, I literally read about this story earlier today in which the cops said that they had absolutely no suspects except for a pig farmer in the area.
Correct.
Wow.
And then within 12 hours, some poor schmuck. Now, maybe he is the killer for all I know. I don't know. I just am really suspicious that it is so extraordinarily coincidental to push away from Trump's base.
Yep.
Okay, that this is happening. Okay, to say you need Trump.
Right.
Don't leave me, base.
Yeah.
Because there are Mexicans who are coming to kill white people. That's exactly
what that means.
Golly.
And not only what you're saying, Brad, but the Manafort and Cohen stories are exactly half the size of that story. So they do appear.
Right.
They're way smaller.
Within
the font
30
is
minutes of
smaller.
all this,
Wow.
let's do some smoke and mirrors and get all the
Right.
white people who vote for Trump all up in a lather.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the fact that everyone around me is a criminal and I'm a criminal too. You need me to protect you, white people.
Yeah.
From all the dark-skinned people who are coming to kill and murder and rape you.
Exactly.
And I have no idea. Maybe this guy is guilty, and it's completely coincidental.
But
Who
still,
knows?
like it doesn't.
But-
it literally
but-
says breaking
But
news on that. Like-
but I want you to know, even if, yeah, Velma Gale, I'm screaming because this is ridiculous. Okay, but even if, see, I read the comments. Even if this is even if they found it, 10 hours ago they didn't have any suspects.
Exactly.
It was the pig farmer.
The pig farmer.
Okay, and within 10 hours they found an illegal alien Hispanic guy, and it's within 20 minutes of all of these.
Unbelievable.
I think I'm onto something.
I think so too.
And I would say, what better guy to frame than illegal alien Hispanic guy in Iowa, where there's no Spanish people on a jury, and he has no money to go hire a lawyer or to investigate, and you don't think the federal government could plant crap all day long?
And it literally, like, did they... unbelievable. I'm floored, Brad. That's
Alex said that the
unbelievable.
Fox News headline is "Local businessman bakes largest cat-shaped biscuit."
That's what it is right now?
No, but like that's basically what they would do. It's like anything other than what really matters to our country right now, which is insane. And the thing is, like, they get away with this. How are you a news station and you get away with putting breaking news headline and not actually putting the breaking news in the headline?
But this is all the news now. It's not just even us. We're putting our opinion into what we're reporting, and that's unfortunate now, because 20, 30 years ago, when there was you didn't have the internet,
right,
and you didn't have cable news, and you got your news from ABC, CBS, and NBC, 3 sources.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really have to compete against each other to get people eyeballs.
Right.
Okay. There's so much competition for eyeballs now. You have to get somebody to watch you. Okay. How are you going to get someone to watch you? You can be really funny.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the angle we take.
Right. That's the angle we take. Okay. So far it hasn't worked, but maybe it will. Or you can scare the shit out of people.
Yeah.
And say, you know what? Somebody comes home and I'm scared. I need to go watch the news because I'm scared what's happening. Mm-hmm. And it's the same with CNN and MSNBC, because what do they lead with every day? They lead with Trump stories.
Absolutely.
To scare people who are anti-Trump. Look what a terrible world we live in.
Although I don't know, I wonder that though, because if you reported the news that comes out,
every news, every news is now opinionated news.
It's all editorialized,
and it's that reporter's opinion and slant.
Yeah.
Whether you watch CNN, MSNBC, whether you watch Fox, you watch Bradshaw Live, we're giving you our opinion in the news as it goes along.
Yes.
All right. So actually, I go to Fox News not because I like them, but I just want to hear what the other opinion is.
Absolutely.
So I can, yeah. So
what a news day.
Right. What a news day. Jeez. I can't even get to the rest of the news.
And there were crazy news all over.
The crazy news.
Our planet's going to melt down.
I wanted to talk about the cows. I can't even talk about the cows.
Don't talk about the cows.
Meanwhile, we do have to answer immigration questions. That's what we're about. And we don't do a share game today. Do we want to do a share game? We're an hour into our show. Do we want to do a share game? Where are we at with the shares?
We are, let's see here, doing a quick refresh, 68 shares. What are we doing, family?
68.
68, Brad. Yeah, look how disappointed Brad's face is. He has the same look as when I walked in. See?
This look.
That look.
Yes.
That exact look.
That exact look.
Do it one more time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so let me tell you why.
What?
We have the footage into the machine from Belgium Kim running down to cover the Michael Cohen story.
That's not the face. See, that would have been a way better face.
You know what?
What?
Jill goes,
I didn't hear you.
This is what Jill said. No!
Did she just say, don't say whatever I said?
All I heard was, no!
No! Stop being ridiculous, Brad.
Yes.
Yeah, well.
All right, what do I need to drink?
I think because we're a little worked up, Brad.
We're a little worked up.
I think it was mostly your face that prompted the drinks.
You know what we're going to do on the pop-up show after?
Tell me.
We're gonna have a bar.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, today.
We've never needed one more.
Never before have we needed one in the history of Bradshaw Live.
We definitely do.
But I think today we need a bar.
Is it
what is the drink that we're going to have on our Bradshaw After Hours, which is, by the way, we show on YouTube, so you got to subscribe to YouTube. It'll be on at 7:30 for about 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Yes.
I wasn't able to run to the liquor store because I
have a whole liquor store in my room. Don't worry.
Oh.
Right.
Hi. Okay, well then that's fine. Then they can decide what we drink then. You're right.
It's not going to be strong back.
We don't have
I
all
do
of
want to
those
try a
ingredients
strong
handy.
back though.
But maybe that's the share game.
What?
They get to pick the drink we drink. Brad's doing his disapproving blinking.
But we have to give them a choice of drinks.
Okay, yeah. For which we have ingredients?
Yeah, we have everything.
Okay.
We got vodka.
Yeah.
We have tequila.
Yeah.
We got bourbon.
Yeah.
We got scotch.
Yeah.
Sounds
So
like
we
a
We
can-
may
drink
have some
to me.
other stuff too.
We
I'm
can
not sure.
start a bunch of drinks with that, but do you have any mixers
Sounds
or
like a
anything,
drink.
Brad?
I do not have any mixers.
Right, so
gonna
we're
be
just
shots.
taking shots, okay? What shots do you want us to take, I guess? Is now
Oh,
the
man.
end.
All right, let's go answer immigration questions before I get too drunk here. All right?
Yeah. See, Carol's already like, Kim, it looks like you love liquor. I'm not even the one who's sent to take shots.
I do.
All right, so tell them how to share. Tell them where to find us on YouTube and Instagram. I got to catch my breath here, and I'm going to be answering immigration questions in about 15 seconds.
All right, guys, everybody, all you have to do to share is look at your phone or your tablet, your computer, wherever you're looking at the show on, and there is an arrow that points to the right. Just click on that, and then you'll be able to share it to people's pages. You can share it to groups. You could also copy the link and send it in a text message, a DM, a private message, but also ask them to share it so you guys don't get kicked off of Facebook, because we don't want that to happen.
All right, and how many shares do they got to reach in order for them to
Pick
pick
the
our
drink?
drink?
500. Let's be
500
nice.
shares.
Let's be nice.
Fine, they got to get to 500 shares. They got about 45 minutes.
That's
Y'all can
so
do that.
doable, y'all. Let's see it.
What about Instagram?
They gotta share. What do you mean? What about Instagram? They need to follow us on Instagram at Bradshaw Live. You'll get great recaps, and you can even send in your immigration questions on the Instagrams.
Fancy.
And follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
Also at Bradshaw Live.
Okay. Call with your immigration questions. I've got your answers right now. 1-800-529-5465. And Marianne in Miramar, Florida has been waiting a while. Marianne, how are you?
Hello, Brad.
How you
Hi.
doing?
I'm good.
What's up?
My question to you today is, I am a U.S. citizen. My daughter is 26. She lives in Jamaica. I'd applied for her, but I know it will take 7 years. But is there any other method I can get her here before then?
You can do a job sponsorship. There's 5 general ways to get green cards in life. Family sponsorship, which you're doing. She could also, if she falls in love, that's another family member. Job sponsorship, political asylum, investment, and depending on what country you're from, visa lottery.
Okay.
So
my son.
So I mean, if you want, you're in Florida right now.
Yes.
I can't go through your whole daughter's life, but what I would suggest is let's have a consultation. We'll go through and see what options she has. You know, probably some of them we can throw right out. I assume she's not going to invest $1 million in the business. That was the other one I forgot.
No.
Okay, but let's have a consultation. Hold on. All right, we'll see if we can get her here earlier. All right, let's go to Mikey in Brooklyn. Mikey. All right, let's go to Karishma in Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Hello?
How are you?
Hi, I'm okay. I have a question. I'm trying to apply for my citizenship. I have 7 charges. Well, do you count driving without a license a charge?
Well, driving without a license, you have to list as an arrest. If you got arrested, it's not a deportable offense, but it could certainly go against your. It could certainly go against your moral character.
I didn't. That was in 2005. I didn't get arrested. They just made me do driver's ed.
Okay. Well, they didn't let you continue to drive. You didn't have a driver's license. How'd you get home?
Yeah, and then I had.
One second. You get pulled over for driving without a license. Cop says you don't have a license anymore. Cop doesn't say, okay, I'm giving you a ticket. Go on your way. You don't have a license to drive. What did they do with you?
I had a learner's permit.
They let you drive by yourself with a no. They left you at the side of the road. They put you in the cop car or something, right?
No, they just gave me. It was a car accident, and a car hit me, but I failed to yield at a flashing green light. So they just gave me driver's ed, and then that was 2005. I was like 19, and then I have first-degree assault, second-degree assault, which was no prosecute. And then my son's father lied and said I assaulted him. They no prosecuted first-degree assault, second-degree assault, violating ex parte. And then I had open container. Then I had a theft under 100. That's what the charge I'm calling about is the theft under 100.
That's the one you're calling about?
Yeah.
Lady, you've been arrested 7-8 times. You got to prove good moral character. I'm sure. I mean, maybe you're a nice lady, but you sound like a disaster. I'm telling you the truth. This sounds like an absolute disaster. I got arrested for this. I got arrested for that. I was assault. It was drinking. I was without a license. How are you going to prove good moral character? I'm sure you're a good person, but come on.
Yeah, but it's been like years and years it was like 2012 for the first degree assault, but I didn't even do that. So,
all right. So let's do that. I think this is what you need to do. Okay, because you need 5 years of good moral character, and we want to make sure that you don't have any deportable offenses. You need a consultation, okay, and you need 5 years without a problem with the law. If within any of these 5 years, even that theft of $100, they're going to deny you. You need a clean 5 years. All right. So hold on. You need a consultation. We're not going to solve this on. Sometimes you just got to be like.
You got to tell it how it is, Brad. You got to tell it how it is.
As Patrona Collins says, Brad is getting full right here.
Like, whoa. Stacey Ann Hodge was like, more than problems.
That's right. All right, Michelle in Brooklyn.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good afternoon,
I just
Brad.
spilled water all over me. Okay. What's going on?
I'm a little bit nervous. My question is that I got married, so I was in a relationship, a bona fide relationship with this guy for 3 years, and we recently got married in February this year, but all before he was abusive to me, but I never did report him.
So let me ask you a
just
question.
after
So
we
let me
get
so let me ask you a question. You're in a relationship with a guy, and I'm not. I know you're scared, so we don't have to get in. I'm going to be gentle with you. But what's going through your mind? You're in a relationship with a man. He's abusive. What is possibly going through your mind that you would say, "Yeah, I'm going to marry him anyway, even though he beats the hell out of me"? Why would you do that?
I don't know. I could answer that question no, because I'm out of it.
Right.
But I did love him, regardless.
Okay.
But now I know better.
Okay. Okay.
So we got married in February.
In February of this year.
This year.
Uh-huh.
This year, yeah.
Right.
And he abused me. I couldn't take it anymore. I called the cops. He got arrested, which he didn't file for me before because we had a money issue, financial problems. So, but I'm now seeking advice from your firm. But what I want to know is, could he call the immigration? Because he was threatening me. He's threatening me to drop the case or else he will get me deported.
Okay.
Could he do that?
Anyone can pick up a telephone and call anybody they want. Okay? So that's the reality. I can tell you right now, okay? I can't tell you about other lawyers. All I can tell you is about me and this law firm. If you are my client and your husband was abusive, and in fact he actually got arrested, I would tell you, you do not drop those charges. And anyway, by the way, you can't drop the charges. The charges are brought by the people of the state of New York, if you're in New York. Whether you drop those charges or not, the DA is moving forward. They can prove it with police reports and other evidence. Okay? So what if the DA wants you to be a witness that he did these things to me, and you absolutely should, and he should get his due, whatever his due may be. And if he calls immigration, if you are my client and you are the victim of domestic abuse, I can assure you, you will not get deported, no matter what your husband may or threaten to do or actually do.
Okay.
All right, so you shouldn't worry. Hold on one second.
So that's my concern.
Don't be concerned anymore. Hold on one second. All right? All right. 1-800-529-5465. I think I yelled at this other lady and said, "You're a mess."
Yeah.
Everyone got scared. They hung the phone up.
Oh, no.
We had
Did they?
we had 8 people. I think I scared the hell out of everybody.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is demanding people to call.
Call back, guys.
It's
be
also,
scared.
you
Yeah.
guys need to know that Brad is going to give you the God's honest truth.
Give you
Yeah,
the
Carol
real.
says she needs Brad and Dr. Phil.
Exactly.
Let me tell you something. I think no offense against Dr. Phil. But, come on.
You do a way better job than Dr. Phil.
Yes, and I also do a way
I
better
agree.
job than Pat Sajak. I think,
God, you
I'm-
could
I'm-
take
my
over
head-
every show.
My
Brad.
head is getting bigger by the moment.
Right.
Don't say.
Yes.
This one could take over BET.
Yes.
You could take over the rest.
I will tell you the 2 things that are getting bigger.
Yeah.
My waistline and my head. But they're all in proportion still. It's amazing.
Perfect.
It's in amazing proportion.
As long as you maintain that
Yes,
hourglass figure,
that's
Brad,
right.
that's fine.
All right, 1-800-529-5465. We got 12 open lines, but let's go to something that we call social media check-in.
Absolutely.
Wait, that was fast. What do you got?
All right, so I got CS off of YouTube.
CS.
CS.
Siesta. Is that short for siesta?
No, it's just a C.
That's
and an
something
S.
that I need, a siesta.
What's a siesta?
Time off.
A nap.
A nap.
Oh.
That's what they. That's what they do in Latin America.
And in
Siesta.
Spain.
And Spain,
They
siesta.
take literally like 3 hours
Because
off in the
it's
middle
so
of the
hot.
day.
Because it's so hot in the middle of the day.
Exactly.
So they like,
I
I'm
know.
getting the hell out of here.
I'm gonna go nap.
I don't do siestas. I do fiestas. Okay. CS. All right. So I have a pending adjustment status with USCIS. My wife is acting crazy and causing lots of problems. Can I get on a H-1B work? Is this H-1B? Is that right?
Yes.
H-1B work visa before EAD expires next year?
The wife filed an adjustment for him?
I would just assume that because it says that.
Yeah, once you file the adjustment, you would need to go home to get an H-1B. You wouldn't be able to change your status from an adjustment to H-1B here.
And this is also your moment to be Dr. Phil because his wife is acting crazy. You know, what's your advice on that?
I don't know what I don't know what crazy means.
Yeah.
You know, there's
different levels
different levels of
crazy.
Of crazy, you
Right.
know. People call me psychotic, you know, but I'm a nice psycho. I'm not I've been called psycho my whole life. But I think I'm a nice but I think I'm a nice psycho, you know? I'm not a mean psycho.
I could see that.
You get
a nice
it, right?
psycho.
Yeah. Everyone's like, Brad, you're a psychotic, but I'm a nice psychotic person. Well, you know, so there's different parts. You know, I'm crazy, you're crazy, right?
I'm definitely.
All right, you're kind of crazy too, so I don't know, you know. If you're living with me, you're like, I'm living with a crazy man every day.
Absolutely. Right? But look how we make it work.
That's right.
we make crazy look so good.
That's right.
Steve Defo on YouTube wants to know, I filled out my N400 3 months. But I realized I made some mistakes when filling it out, and I was wondering how I can fix those before my citizenship interview.
Say it again?
He made mistakes when he was filing his N400.
Okay, so on the
them.
N400, what you do is you, at the time of the interview, if you made a mistake, you go in on the time of the interview before they sit you down to swear you in that everything you say is the truth and nothing but the truth. You say, by the way, I want to correct some errors that I made on my application, and you correct them there before you go through your interview. And you do that as you're sitting down, or even when the immigration officer calls you in and you're walking back to his office, you say, by the way, I want to correct some things on my citizenship before the interview starts. You know what I'm looking on YouTube?
Tell me.
They give thumbs up and thumbs down on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we always get like a lot of thumbs up.
Yeah.
This is our first thumb down ever on YouTube of a live show.
It's a hater.
He's a hater.
It was when we were talking about Donald Trump, so it might be a Trump supporter.
Oh, I'm fine with those people hating on us. I'm fine with having Trump supporters hate us. Is that okay?
We did really well so far, but
we've done well so far on the thumbs up.
But it's okay.
Oh, Ryu has a great reason.
What?
He said people misclick sometimes. That's true.
Well, that person, I hope they unclick it.
Well, since you've said that, which
That's
was
true.
less than a minute ago, we've went up two thumbs up.
3 more.
So everybody,
I know, but
just thumbs up
46
it.
other people are just like,
Everybody watching right now, thumbs up.
They're like,
45, right. I
They're
want
like,
46
To beat that
thumbs
one.
up at the end.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, Simone is like, wow. She can't believe it.
Yeah, how
Right.
could somebody give a thumbs down?
So rude.
This is fantastic stuff here.
So nasty and so
God,
rude.
it's gold.
Gold, Jerry, gold.
Also, Sanke White on Facebook said, we all have a touch of crazy, Brad.
Well, that's what I said. I don't know what crazy means. She's
You don't
acting
know
crazy.
what kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something? I was just, if I like a touch of crazy, as long as it's a good crazy.
An understatement.
Snap.
Right? Yeah, because if you don't have a touch of crazy, you're too
It's
bland.
boring.
It's boring.
Yeah.
You need a touch of crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
We talked about how in my interview I dropped like 18 F-bombs.
You were crazy.
That was a little crazy.
I didn't know at that time that you would be on this show.
No,
you
you
weren't
did not.
interviewing for this show, but
Yeah.
you were crazy. So I'm
I
like,
was
all right,
crazy. It
right.
fit.
It fit.
If you guys watch my show this Thursday, you'll see how crazy I can get.
Yeah, really.
The teasers are real crazy.
You told me it's a crazy show this
It's
week.
a very.
You told
very-
me that.
I start off about to
told me
fight.
that. You
end
told me
off
that. You told me that. I'm actually
stuff that
can't
you
wait to
guys
watch.
will just have to watch.
I actually can't wait. Wow, now as soon as I said that, we got 12 likes and still 1 dislike.
There you go.
on
It's
YouTube.
okay. It's all good.
All good.
All right. Speaking
All
of
right,
YouTube,
more social
I have
media.
one-
Some more social
yes,
media.
I have one from YouTube. Terry Ann Carvey says, "Hi, Brad. Why are you given a conditional green card? What's the difference between that and a permanent green card?"
In 1986, they made marriage fraud laws. So prior to 1986, if you were found in a business marriage, nothing happened. They just denied you. If you paid somebody in 1982 and they discovered that you paid them, it wasn't a crime. They just denied your green card, and that was it. You go pay the next person. You go pay the next person until you got through. in 1986, the government said, we got to put a stop to this. Everybody's paying everybody to get married. So they made what's called the Marriage Fraud Amendments to the Immigration Nationality Act. So what happened in 1986 is they said, A, it's a crime if you pay somebody and you're not in a bona fide marriage, which is why all these interviews and the Stokes and everything, where they separate you, happened. And the government wants to get, in a marriage case, an opportunity to interview you twice so that they are certain that this is not a business marriage. So they came up with the concept of the conditional green card. And what the law says is that if you get your green card within the first 2 years of your marriage, you have to go back and for a second interview, which is why your green card's only 2 years and you have to go file to get your permanent green card. That's why. If you get your green card after the second year of your marriage, you get a permanent green card. That's why some people, even who are married, end up getting permanent green cards still.
I loved that answer, Brad. That was
Thank
incredibly
you very much.
thorough.
Thank you.
It was.
This is a hell of a show today.
You're damn right.
Yeah, you should make me angry every day before the show.
I really should.
Right?
How you feeling? You feeling good though?
I'm fine now.
I just need to fire you up.
Y'all should have seen it earlier.
Yeah, like 10 seconds before, and then the groundhog starts, and everything's okay again.
Groundhog always puts a smile on my
It was
face.
going through the groundhog.
Kejriwal, I'm so sorry if I butchered that, wants to know, I'm a U.S. citizen and I want to sponsor for a green card for my father in India. Can I do that?
You want to sponsor your father
Yep.
in India?
Yep.
Can you do that?
Yes, if you're a U.S. citizen.
Why can't you?
Well, I guess there's the answer.
Yeah, of course. It's 1 year. But why is it like I got a father in India? You can file for a father anywhere, any country.
Well, I guess her father specifically is in India.
Yes, you can.
All right, Karima Flowers Burgess. What makes you qualify for a waiver? I live in LA and married to an American citizen, and I don't think I qualify because we don't have hardship to show. I'm told by a lot of people you have to have hardship to show.
All right. First of all, when I first heard the question, I thought it was going to say, hi, so-and-so from LA. What makes you qualified to even answer any of these questions? I thought that was going to be the question. I was ready to fight. I was ready to be like, all right. That's what I thought you were going to ask.
Let me give you my credentials real
the
quick.
intensity from...
I'm like, what do you mean what makes you qualified? Everybody has hardship. You miss your spouse. Don't you have emotional hardship? Aren't you going to suffer economic hardship if your spouse is in another country? How are you going to support each other? How are you going to see him? Maybe you are thinking about having a family together. How are you going to form a family if he's in another country?
But
I don't know their particular situation.
I don't think that they're in another country. She just said that I live in LA and I'm married to an American citizen, but don't think I qualify because we don't have hardship to show. So
By the way,
show?
Okay, if you're in love with the person, to get a waiver, you have to show extreme and unusual hardship. Every person who is separated from their spouse and they love them, that in of itself is a hardship. Okay?
Right.
Now, but that's not what you have to prove. You have to prove extreme and unusual, something that the normal couple wouldn't go through, which is why you have the lawyers and we interview you. And guess what? You dig deep down and we figure some stuff out.
So basically, you need a lawyer.
Yes.
Brad.
That lawyer. Pipo Philippe on YouTube would like to know, is it okay to file an I-212 in the USA?
An I-212 in the USA?
An I-212.
Yeah, sure.
What is the I-212?
It's a waiver to get a green card after a deportation.
Why would it not be okay? Why is he assuming that there's a question?
Well, it's to overcome an order of deportation. So I don't know what his situation is. So I said it gingerly because I don't know what his situation is.
I see.
So when you are asking about a 212 waiver, you better get a lawyer.
Right.
Basically.
All right. You better not be filing that on your own.
Has it ever succeeded? Have you ever seen anyone succeed filing that on their own?
Oh, on their own? No.
No way.
No.
Right?
Sheesh. All right, Doris Dennis has a question. I filed for my husband a year ago and on a green card, and I'm not hearing a word, so what's going on? Doris Dennis filed for her husband a year ago for a green card, and she hasn't heard anything yet.
What has she done so far?
I filed for my husband a year ago for a green card. I haven't heard anything yet.
Who's she expecting to hear from? Her husband, immigration? We need a little more information.
Okay,
on that.
so how about like if she hasn't got any information from immigration or anything?
Then she better call me. How's that?
There you go.
There
Doris
we
Dennis.
go.
There you go.
Also, the thumbs uppers are drowning out the thumbs downer.
Oh yeah, we have.
Oh yeah, we're at
some
15-1.
Where I see 14. Somebody took it back.
I see 15.
I
Are
see
you
14.
Really? I don't see that.
Belgium
y'all.
Kim's laptop is very optimistic.
Mine
Meanwhile, I know what's going to get us some thumbs up.
Oh, tell me. Oh.
Anna Azcona will always get us some thumbs up.
Oh, man.
Okay, so in another installment of Just That Don't Make No Sense.
What?
Another segment name that changes frequently.
Yes. In another segment, that just make no sense. That doesn't make no sense. Or as it's written here, that just doesn't make any sense.
Oh,
there it is.
I like saying that just don't make no sense. Sounds so much better. Our Miami field correspondent, Anna Azcona, discusses her feelings about the Trump administration making it more difficult even for skilled immigrants who want to work in America. Let's watch.
Hey friends from the Brad Show Live, I'm Anna Azcona. America is made up of immigrants, and most of them are the ones responsible for building our nation. But Trump doesn't seem to want immigrants here at all. I mean, is that anything new? At one point, he said he only wants highly skilled immigrants to come to this country. And what does he mean by that? Anyone, with an advanced degree. This is what Trump claims, but the system is still making it difficult for them to even come to this country. Since April of 2017, the U.S. government has denied over 40% of applications from highly skilled workers who want to come here and open up businesses and basically just work and help our economy. Because that's basically what they're going to be doing. The government making it difficult for highly skilled workers to come into this country is affecting our economy and our workforce because there are more highly qualified jobs than U.S. applicants. First of all, we need to push Americans to go out there, get their education, and qualify for these jobs. But in the meantime, we should still allow these immigrants who want to come here to work and better themselves, better our economy. It helps us, it benefits us, so why not allow them to come here? Trump isn't making it easier for highly skilled applicants or unskilled applicants to come here because he claims they're taking our jobs. But let me mention, the unskilled applicants, they're very important to our economy as well because they're the ones doing the jobs that Americans refuse to do, like taking care of our agriculture. Because thanks to them, we have vegetables and fruits to eat. A big round of applause for them. Anyways, Trump always seems to contradict himself with the things that he wants and doesn't want. That just doesn't make any sense. But leave your comments below. Do you think we should make Americans become more qualified, or should we just allow other people to come here and work the jobs that Americans do not qualify to do, or the jobs that they don't want to do? Peace.
All right, Anna Azcona.
Yeah.
And 19, she got 5
She got five thumbs up.
Can you blame him?
Can you blame him? Very attractive woman.
Oh, man.
Right?
A very attractive woman
And
spewing
smart, and
knowledge.
smart, and smart.
Exactly.
Yes,
And
I'm going to see her
smart,
next week.
Smart as a whip.
Are
I'm
you?
going to Miami, so I'll
that'll
see
be
her
fun.
next week for
I'm
Labor
glad
Day
everyone
weekend.
meets her but me.
Same.
still haven't met her?
You and me are the only
It's my
people on
second
this
time.
team.
It's gonna be my second time.
Met Anna.
She's amazing.
I've never
She's
met her.
fun.
I've talked to her on the phone, but I've never met
I
her.
danced with her and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cute little video you guys have.
So, Kim, let me ask you a question. Yeah. So at the so we have these press credentials.
Yes.
We do. I actually just realized I'm still
Let me
wearing
see.
mine.
Where is it?
Ooh, Fonse.
Go up. Go close on Kim. Go close on Kim.
Look, she got her picture.
I don't want to show my numbers. I can't show my number, but
Oh,
there
you know
you go.
it? There it is.
Hi,
Is it a nice picture? Why can't
No,
you show
it's a
your
terrible picture, but
Okay.
the number is like
It's secret.
it's supposed to be
Yeah, secret.
very personal.
Okay,
to
fine.
you
Then
or
put it
whatever.
back. Then put
I'm
it
going to tell you what the number is right now. No,
All right, the number is, I'm going to tell you right now, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't do the last one.
5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the number.
Damn, now everybody's gonna be me.
So, how was it, by the way? Because you're there with like NBC and CBS and CNN, and then you're like, Bradshaw
Bradshaw
Live,
Live.
and you throw your microphone up on the...
Oh, it was hilarious because at one point we tried to get our mic on the actual press conference stand and there wasn't any room on it, but we were trying to do it kind of last minute. And as we ran in front of literally everyone's shot, because you have to run in front of everyone, every photographer was like, "Get out of the way, Bradshaw Live!" Like,
oh, they were being rude.
Yeah, there was because I was like in the middle of the shot. They were like, "Hurry, hurry!"
Who the hell's this Brad guy? Right?
I would have just kept on standing there and dancing, so they could keep on saying Bradshaw
Right,
Live.
that would be great if you were like you're like dun 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 dun.
It's a very somber moment in history, perhaps. We don't know.
Oh man.
Yeah, Bradshaw Live.
Poor guy's going to jail for
crashes.
4 years. He's destroying America, but we're still laughing.
Right.
Bradshaw Live is there.
We're there dancing. No, it was great. It was
All
a
right.
crazy
So
moment.
anyway, we had a gentleman, client, by the way. I had Jenny Kim here to discuss it. Jenny's one of our fantastic immigration
Jenny.
attorneys here. Adib Anwar, we had him recently on our show about how she was able to get his DACA, his Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, extended through 2019. Let's watch. Somewhere out in Skype land is Jenny Kim and Adib Anwar. Jenny is one of our fabulous immigration attorneys. There's Jenny. Hello. Hi,
Brad.
And Adib, how are you as well? Adib is one of our Spar.
Good morning.
Good morning. One of our Spar Bernstein clients. We finished his case. He got DACA. And Jenny is here to talk about the DACA experience with Adib, what he went through, how it worked out here at Spar Bernstein, and what his concerns and fears are moving forward. Is that correct, Jenny?
That's correct. How are you guys?
All right. So, Jenny, what did you do to help Adib? And then maybe Adib wants to tell us his story about how he came here as a child, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, we were able to go ahead and prepare and file application for DACA on behalf of Adib with Immigration Service. And, we filed the initial DACA application as well as several extensions. And he does have DACA and a work authorization through DACA up until 2019.
So, Adib, where did you originally come from? What country? And how long have you been in the United States of America?
I came from Bangladesh. I've been in the United States for 18 years now.
Okay. So how old were you when you came?
When I came, I was about 10 years old.
So you went to elementary school here?
I did. I went to elementary. I went to junior high. I went to high school. I even graduated with in college degree with an architecture.
Oh, wonderful.
Wow.
And how did you end up in the United States as a 10-year-old?
Well, what happened was we did come in, but I don't remember the detail exactly, but I believe we overstayed our visas. And afterward, I do not recall any other detail. It's just I was told
He was 10.
that I was...
He was 10 years old. Yeah, basically, this is your country. This is your country.
It is, actually.
Yeah. So now Donald Trump has said, Jenny, that this program is over unless Congress makes a decision to actually make it a law. This program was started as an executive action by President Obama. Donald Trump says in this particular case, President Obama overextended his authority. He does not want to overextend authority, whether you agree or not. We have big issues in terms of hundreds of thousands, if not over 1 million children who came here as children, just like Adib, as a 10-year-old, doesn't even know how he came to America, is now a professional, is living in America, is as American as I am and as Jenny, maybe even, he's been living here longer and contributing more to America than many naturalized U.S. citizens. Yet, it's very possible at 2019, that's the end of DACA, Adib's going to become illegal. What happens to him?
Well, that's exactly what's going to happen, Brett. Like you said, everything that he's worked so hard for since he came to the U.S., graduating from college, getting a good job. Adib, what do you do for a living? Tell us.
I am a project manager for a Meco Shade. It's a shading company.
Okay. So, a great job. And all that is going to be going down the drain unless we can find another alternative for Adib.
So, Adib, I understand you have a girlfriend, but you don't want to get married to her. Is that correct?
Well, that is correct. Yes, we did talk about this issue, getting married and solving the solution. But I feel like, I worked so hard I just don't want the easy way out.
Well,
I wanted to prove that, I've been here for a long time. I've provided to the society, to this community, and Brooklyn is home, and United States is the only home that I know.
Well, how does it make?
So,
yeah, go ahead.
And the idea is we actually originally, when I did tell her, she was a little shocked because, for us, we live in a different kind of way. We actually we have like two different identity, the way we see it. For outside individual, we portray as, American, but on the inside, we don't even, for example, before social, we didn't even have an identity. So we're American, but without identity, basically.
Right. So because you didn't come here with any legal status, you kind of just, somebody brought you here as a 10-year-old, and quite frankly, as a 10-year-old, you have no choice to come here. And that's the issue with all the DACA recipients. It wasn't their choice. They didn't make an intentional choice to come to America. They didn't wake up one morning as a 10-year-old and say, you know what, I'm going to travel from Bangladesh to America. Somebody told them to do it. Somebody brought them here. Okay, because as a 10-year-old, you don't have control over your own situation. And now he finds himself here living in the only country that he knows, that he has educated himself. He's contributing to America. Yes, it sounds like push comes to shove, assuming he stays with his girlfriend, they could always get married. And maybe one day you will marry her, but he wants to marry her in the right time frame in his own head. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So where are your parents? What are they trying to do? And your brother, I understand you have a brother as well.
Yes, I do have a brother. Unfortunately, the deadline has, he could not reapply because it says after March, I believe, you are not able to
October 5th.
apply.
October 5th.
October 5th,
right.
Yes. Yes, his one was afterward. So he missed the deadline, and and I believe there's a lot of amount of people that actually was denied.
Yes.
So his one would be denied. His work permit would be canceled by next year around November.
So it's not only you, it's hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, if not over a million people are going to have this problem. Jenny, what can you say to people out there? And Adib, how can you tell people in your situation, because you're coming on our show to tell your story, I guess to show what you're going through and to ask for solidarity with you, and also to give people some positive vibes, and that people in your situation shouldn't be thrown out of the country. What do you have to say about all of this, Jenny, Adib?
Well, I would have to say to everybody that's a DACA recipient and is in a situation that cannot go ahead and extend their DACA, keep strong, keep doing everything that you've been doing to get where you are. And also come see us, to talk about your situation, because there might be alternative routes for these individuals that might not have, been available previously, or circumstances change as well. So it's always a good idea to come talk to an immigration attorney, so that we can evaluate your situation and see if there's anything that can be done for you.
There is always job sponsorship. There's always strange things that when people say, I have to get married and that's my only choice. There's so many other ways to get a green card, but they're so specific to everybody's specific factual circumstances that you would need to meet with us to figure it out. Adib, what do you have to say about all this? How are you staying positive? How do you wake up every morning and not freak out?
Well, I was living in that moment before DACA, so I found out that I was undocumented actually in my junior high school year.
So you thought you were legal here this whole, basically for the 6-7 years of you being here.
I did.
Right.
I was just a kid in elementary school, living the American dream, and then going up in the world. And then all of a sudden, actually, my best friend, believe it or not, he found out. He included me. He's like, hey, listen, I heard this conversation. You guys don't have anything. I'm like, wait, what? I confronted my dad afterward, and he's like, yeah, that's true. You do not.
Oh, wow.
So living in that fear from junior high till even college. was just, it's just different. So you have to portray to people that, everything is okay, but inside you're like always thinking of what's going on.
Right, and then DACA came, and then you had a relief, but now all of a sudden those feelings, I assume, are coming back.
Well, yeah, when DACA actually originally, I believe in 2013, when it was initiated, I was like super excited. So after even graduation, the hardship that we face as a DACA, as a dreamer, I graduated. When I went to college, I had to there was no aid from the government or anything. So for all of us dreamers, we end up paying for our tuition. So we worked hard just to pay for school. After graduation, you will go to a company and they'll be like, okay, provide me with your social. Well, you don't have any? Well, too bad. You know what? You will just have to work some, under the table job. So after graduation, I did end up doing that. That was below minimum wage. We did work because, we couldn't prove anything. We didn't have any social or anything. After the DACA came, it was actually a relief. So social, I have a college degree, I have a social, I have a way out.
And you wanted to work, you wanted to pay taxes, they just didn't allow you.
I did.
It's amazing how all the anti-immigrant people say, oh, they're not paying taxes. It would have been your pleasure to pay taxes. They wouldn't give you a social security number, I assume.
Well, Brad, I think what it comes down to is for Adib is a perfect example of someone that did everything right. He was given this unfortunate circumstance where he was brought to the U.S. and, he became undocumented, and he didn't find out about this until it was, time to go to college probably, right? Which happens to a majority of the individuals. And even then, after he found out, he still did everything right, went to college and, wanted to get a job. He's a great example of what, someone that is a professional individual here in the States should strive to be.
Well, I think, Adib, you're doing a wonderful job on coming on our show, telling your story, and also giving people an idea that immigrants are not bad people. You work harder than the person who was born here to get where you are today. I congratulate you. I'll tell you this, a little bit of good news, if you believe, I don't know if it's fake news or not, but I did read in the newspaper yesterday that the Republicans they're making a big push behind the scenes to pass some sort of DACA legislation before Christmas. So we have our fingers crossed.
Yes, I read that as well.
So we have our fingers crossed on that. Adib, thank you very much for coming here. Thank you very much for telling your story. Jenny, great job as always. Jenny's one of our fantastic immigration lawyers here. Adib, we will figure it out for you. I promise you. We're going to figure it out for you, okay? And thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. We like Adib. He's a cool guy.
Oh, that was amazing.
Very cool guy.
He was cool.
I love his stance on I don't need to get married right now.
Yes, a lot of people felt that in the comments section.
I wish a lot more people would actually have that stance too.
With you.
Not only with me, period.
People stop proposing to Jonathan, okay?
Right, God.
All right, so meanwhile, just a quick couple of notes here. We're gonna take some more social media questions in the next few minutes. We're going to end our show in about 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. We are going to take a break.
Yep.
We are going to set the bar up here.
Yep.
We are going to come back and play a game.
Yeah.
And finish up our social media questions in our pop-up after hours.
Ooh.
We're going to play a game with everybody.
Yes.
Who wants to join in on us. But you got to subscribe, excuse my language, subscribe to YouTube Live. Go to Brad Show Live, subscribe to YouTube Live, because the only place to watch Brad Show After Hours After Show is on YouTube. So please subscribe to YouTube, and we're going to finish our Brad Show Live, and we're going to take you off the air for 5 minutes, take a bathroom break, set up our bar, and we'll be back in, probably about 7:35 or 7:40.
I would say so, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How's that?
Sounds great.
It sounds fantastic.
Wonderful. Okay.
Oh,
by the way, for everybody watching on YouTube, please like us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please like the video.
We like that little thumbs up.
Yeah, that makes us feel good.
It makes us feel good. Stroke our egos.
Yes. All right. What do we got? Social media check-in.
Our first question is from Joy, and Joy would like to know, my friend is in the U.S. since she was 17. She's now 32 years old, but doesn't have any papers. Her father came here 5 years ago. He got married, and now he's putting in his paperwork through his new wife. She's wondering if she can can somehow put in her paperwork through the new wife as well.
Who's her?
The friend that is now 32 that came here when she was 17. So friend came when she was 17, she's now 32, so 15 years later.
What?
Dad came here 5 years ago and married a citizen, so dad is getting filed for right now.
No, because the marriage between dad and the citizen had to happen before she was 18.
Which it did not, okay.
All right, A Tale of Two Dreams.
Uh-oh.
On YouTube.
Uh-oh.
How
Is that the question, or that's the name of the person?
No, that's
Can
the
you
name of the
answer that
person.
question?
A Tale of Two Dreams is the name of the person?
Yes, it's on YouTube.
Wow. Okay.
You don't have to put their real name. Okay.
He questions it. Are you sure?
All right, how can I prove financial hardship to expedite the I-765?
That person has asked this question before, I think. We've heard that question before.
Well, we heard how to prove financial hardship, but they
you're never
didn't
going to
say
expedite an I-765.
Oh.
Everyone has a financial hardship. They all need a job.
We've got a question from Ruthie Cutie, who said, I applied for an AOS. Is that affidavit of support or adjustment of status?
Adjustment status.
I applied for adjustment of status June 1st of this year. I did the biometrics 25 days later, but I have yet to get my social security number or my EOA. But I checked my case status, and the case says it's ready for interview. What does that mean?
How long ago was this?
So she applied in June and did her fingerprints 25 days later, so on June 25th. So
you won't get it till October.
2 months.
All right, Doris Dennis wants to give us a little bit more information for her question prior.
Okay.
So she says that she filed for her husband a year ago. She hasn't heard from USCIS. She is a 10 years green card holder.
She has an I-130 receipt notice. As long as she has the receipt notice, she won't hear from immigration for about another 8-10 months.
For another 8-10 months.
Correct.
All
As
right.
long as she has the receipt notice.
Okay. There you go, Doris Dennis.
And our final question is from Unica. Unica said, if you're married to a U.S. citizen who is on government benefits, can that person still file for you?
What are the government benefits?
If you're married to a U.S. citizen who's on government benefits.
If they are need-based benefits, no. If they are not need-based benefits, yes. So what is need-based? Need-based is if it's based on your income, no. The person can file for you. They're getting need-based government assistance because they're below the poverty level. If it's government assistance that has nothing to do with their income, like disability, then the answer is yes. All right. So now, finally, please, everybody who's on Facebook, please subscribe to Brad Show Live, and you also have to hit the little bell so you can get notified when we're going to do our pop-up show.
Yep.
The pop-up show will be on in about 10 minutes or so.
Trust me, you guys
it's going to be a fun show.
Yes.
We have a game for everybody who watches.
Yes.
We're going to finish everybody's social media immigration questions. We're going to play a game with all our Brad squad. And we should have a lot of fun, but it's only on YouTube, the pop-up show after hours, after show, Brad Show Live. So please subscribe. And Kim, our comments of the day.
We've got 3, Brad. Our very first one is from Tanisha McNabb, who said, I jumped up from my sleep and OMG, I almost missed my evening cup of tea. The Brad Show and the squad.
We are serving the hot tea.
Yes.
Piping hot tea.
Piping
coming
hot.
right to ya. Our second comment of the day is from Ryu Cage on YouTube, who said, this is all leading up to the real reason for the Space Force. The moment Mueller finally gets Trump, he gets away on a rocket because no one on Earth likes him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, not a bad thought for Space Force.
There's the reason.
Yes.
It's a Dr. Evil
I like that.
boy.
I like that. He goes, that's right. And he goes, and he puts himself in just circles the moon.
Right.
Until he's ready to come back.
Right,
Exactly.
Right,
He's
with
gonna
Don
lift up
Jr.
in the big pizza man.
Right, with Don Jr., right.
And then finally, we've got one from XO Cavella, who said, Brad, you'll do a better job than Donald T.
I agree.
Second person who wants me to run for president.
So Dr. Phil,
Right.
Pat Sajak,
And now President of the United
Donald
States.
Trump, all can
I'm here
be done
for it.
All
by-
right, everybody, we're not done yet. We're going to be back in about 10 minutes for our pop-up show, Brad Show, after live, after show, whatever we call it. on YouTube only. Please subscribe to Brad Show Live on YouTube right now. We'll see you back in 10 minutes on YouTube only. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?